St. Louis is a movie town. We've got everything from the huge megaplex theaters that cater to the blockbusters to the smaller houses where you'll find indie films. You'll find me at both. My name is Dawn Meadows Dixon, and I've been covering movies and working as a film critic for nearly 30 years. I've covered the Oscars on the red carpet, movie premieres, interviewed hundreds of stars, and seen thousands of films. And it's my job to bring a bit of Hollywood glitz and glamour to the Gateway City. Welcome to On the Screen. Hello everyone, I'm Dawn Meadows Dixon. My next guests are the star of the latest Nicholas Sparks novel to be turned into a movie. It's called The Longest Ride. Please welcome to the show Scott Eastwood and Britt Robertson. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah, Dawn, we love you, St. Louis.
Hi.
We're glad you love St. Louis. What a film. I saw it the other night, and I have got to tell you that as a critic, I had to take notice. The audience loved it. They were hooting and hollering.
Wow.
Wow.
The chemistry really worked on screen. Did you all know each other beforehand?
No, we didn't. We just had a chemistry read pretty early on in the production process, and then we met in North Carolina, started rehearsing together, and I think we maybe had like 2 weeks of knowing each other before we started shooting. So
I thought I bombed the audition actually.
It was great. What am I in for here?
Let's go!
Hey!
Keep it.
I'm thinking it over. The way you make me feel.
I met a girl.
But it's causing me shame.
There was a lot of sex appeal on the screen. In fact, at one point, Scott, when you dropped your towel, we saw your backside. I've got to tell you, there was a woman in the audience who yelled out, "Yes!"
Wow.
That's awesome.
You're making me blush, Dawn.
Yes.
I don't want to cause any pain.
This one's different.
Baby, I'm thinking it over.
We come from such different worlds,
The way we started.
but I've never felt this way about anybody.
What if it only gets colder? Would you still wrap me up in
No one has ever done anything like this for me before.
Of course, this is a love story. Was it difficult to do some of those love scenes?
No, I
Not
mean.
with her. I think it could be, right?
Yeah,
With
depending
other
on who it
people.
is, you know. I think for us, well, that scene in particular with the backside, I mean, he was just like, look, I'm in a towel, I'm a guy, I'm coming out of the shower, my girlfriend's on the bed, why wouldn't I have my butt exposed? So, I mean, he's just a man of, you know, we're just trying to commit to the roles and, you know, play it truthfully, I guess.
You know, Scott, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that if your last name seemed familiar, that's because your dad is the legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood.
My mother's last name.
No. And I'm just wondering, you've been in a lot of his films, and this is a film about a cowboy. He has played many cowboys. He is the iconic cowboy. Did you go to him for some advice?
No, not really. To me, this wasn't a Western, so it was present day. He was playing a bull rider, so it was something different than he's ever done. That's definitely for sure. And you know, a lot of these guys today in present day are normal guys. They may buck bulls, but they're rooted in reality today. So
Scott, you've been in a number of your father's films. What is the best advice he's given you?
I think more. We don't talk a lot about acting and stuff. We talk more. I think the best advice he's ever gave me is just stay humble and work hard.
And that advice, of course, has served him well.
It sure has, yeah.
You know, I saw you on Jimmy Fallon last night, and you were fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And of course, last night and online, everybody is talking about how much you look like your father. The resemblance is amazing.
Yeah, they say that. They say that. No, it is. I'm glad my parents consummated.
Yeah, no control over any of that.
No control here.
April 10th, 1940.
that the kind of way to face the burning heat?
My dearest Ruth, I'll remember that dress you wore even when I've forgotten my own name.
I wish I could tell you it'll all be happily ever after. Not everybody gets that.
You did.
I have to tell you, I really enjoyed this film, and this is the 10th novel to be turned into a movie. What is it about the Nicholas Sparks novels that translate so well on the big screen?
I mean, that is beyond me.
He's got the you know, Nick Sparks dust or something, some sort of magical fairy dust he just sprinkles on it.
People love the name, and he's really created like a brand, a real image that audiences can hold on to. But I don't know what it is that I think it's got to be the fairy dust.
Yeah, the fairy dust. But I think his stories are moving, right? I mean, they move.
Right.
And we, of course, have been talking with Britt Robertson and Scott Eastwood, the stars of the film The Longest Ride. I want to thank you for being with us here today.
Thanks, Dawn.
Okay, and we'll be back with more of On the Screen right after this.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
There are two big films opening at the box office this month that appeal to two very different audiences. The first is based on the Nicholas Sparks novel The Longest Ride and stars heartthrob Scott Eastwood. The second, Women in Gold, starring the legendary actress Helen Mirren and the ever-popular Ryan Reynolds.
What am I in for here?
Let's go!
Well, Nicholas Sparks has done it again. His 10th novel has made it to the big screen. While the last couple didn't do as well as expected, this latest venture, The Longest Ride, I think will come out of the gate strong, thanks in big part to its star, Scott Eastwood.
I met a girl.
It is two love stories intertwined into one. The first, the story of a bull riding champion played by Scott Eastwood, who meets Sophia, played by Britt Robertson, a woman seeking her dream job in New York. As their relationship is tested, they unexpectedly meet Ira, played by Alan Alda, whose memories of his decades-long love affair have a huge influence on the young couple. At least the filmmakers got it half right this time. The love story of Ira and his wife, told in flashbacks, works, while the present-day love affair often falls flat.
I wish I could tell you it'll all be happily ever after.
Nonetheless, the film stars Scott Eastwood, the son of legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood. And if you haven't figured it out yet, he's the hottest thing to come out of Hollywood. Young girls everywhere will flock to the theater to see this movie because of him, while the rest of us will go to enjoy at least half of a really good love story. Worth your movie dollar? Well, maybe a weekday matinee. Woman in Gold is the story of Maria Altman, played by Helen Mirren, who seeks to regain a world-famous painting of her aunt taken by the Nazis during World War II.
Your son, the lawyer, how is he? Some letters I found in my sister's belongings. I need advice from someone I can trust.
It's based on a true story and also stars Ryan Reynolds as her young attorney that agrees to take on her case to fight the Austrian government. It is an important film raising awareness and keeping alive the injustices against the Jews by the Nazis during World War II. Helen Mirren is fabulous as Maria. She puts on the role as a well-tailored suit and embodies this woman, her drive as well as her fear. Ryan Reynolds is almost unrecognizable as her attorney. Together, they make movie magic.
One woman wanting back what is rightfully hers. Mrs. Altman came to America as a young woman in search of peace. Let's give her justice, too.
Helen Mirren and Ryan Reynolds work well together. Their chemistry on screen is spot on. They tell a very important story that is authentic and entertaining. Well worth your movie dollar. For On the Screen, I'm Dawn Meadows Dixon.